This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now I'm going to call the meeting to order. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Not.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's passed. Meeting minutes from September 18th.
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's passed. Financial report.
We'll see the rig and outdoor will come off because our billboard came to an end in this month. And I think it might be the only change.
Any feedback at all on the outdoor advertising?
Yeah, well, actually, one of them was the current city administrator at Cannon Falls.
Yep.
He's a former Zumbrota.
Yep.
So he caught some grief for that. But have you heard around town anything about the billboard?
Not really. I'm not around town much, though. So.
I just heard, all I heard is local people talking about it, so.
Good or bad?
Just that
There?
it was there and kind of ironic that it was in Cannon Falls, and telling you to visit some Broda, but.
I've
Coming down the highway.
told my friends from Rochester, they'd seen it.
Right.
I couldn't tell you a good or a bad thing about it off the top of my head. I'll ask, next Zeba meeting, I'll ask
Yeah.
if they got any feedback from it.
Mhm. All right, I'll make a motion to accept the monthly cash sheet for September 30th, ending September 30th.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. No public hearings, old business, visitor guide.
All right, I spoke to Peter Grimfrud this week. He spoke to his supplier of the visitor's guides. So originally we had, what was it, $4,400 for 20 pages in 5,000 copies. I wrote that on there. His prices have gone up by $1,400. And so Pete was like, where do I get that $1,400? I said, well, that's up to you. So we kind of came to, we could, as an EDA, we're not going to pay the $1,400, but we could pay $600 to bring our total cost up to $5,000, and then he would charge the rest to his customers in the visitor's guides. So we would be responsible for $5,000 for 5,000 copies and have 20 pages within that. That makes sense to everybody.
Can you just remind me what our actual budget is for?
Out of, if you look at, I wrote it on, account number 403.
Right, but how much do we have allotted for advertising for the year?
$2,000, $2,500 this budget for the visitor's guides. We added to our promotional budget. Promotional budget's about
I was gonna say, that probably takes it close to 9,000.
yeah, it was over $9,000.
Yeah, probably 9,500. I think it was like 7,000 last year, or this year.
Okay.
So $1 per guide for the city's or EDA's involvement?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too out of line. I don't know that we'd want to go much higher than that, but I think that seems reasonable.
Yeah, it's a 2-year difference. Obviously, it was 2 years ago when we got them last time, and price of things go up.
Did he, so I'm gonna nitpick just a little bit, please do. Did he come back with a cost proposal at all? Last month, we had spoken to him directly and we asked for a layout of maybe some different papers. We asked.
No, he just came back with
numbers.
$1,400.
Okay.
But that didn't say if it was the better quality paper.
That was it.
We asked for
Breakdown.
some detail.
Mhm.
I can,
I don't know, I mean, we obviously can't keep pushing it off. Because I think probably better do our due diligence and making sure that we either have a decision for him timely so he can collect his ads again, but
And I think we're looking at February for
deadline.
getting it, get them printed and then start distributing, just spreading them out.
Um,
And what are we in October? I could get a price from him, breakdown prices.
I love Steve Tice. I've worked with Steve Tice many years working in the community ed office. Do we have to get a second opinion? Is Steve Tice the best option for a printer? Does Pete have a different printer? I have no idea.
That's it, is that's who he goes through for the paper, so probably he's got it all his advertisers and everything. My assumption would be set up that, I don't disagree, Lindsay, but I don't know if it's.
No.
Or
So what,
but it
like,
is disappointing that he didn't come back with the.
it is a little
With
bit.
the, I think we asked a couple of different
Mhm.
price ranges of volume versus what it would be for different papers. And so he just came back with a flat $1,400 with no additional information.
That's,
So is the $1,400 for the exact same, everything that we had before? I guess that's the question.
because last meeting, we spoke about getting like 5,500, as a number.
Mhm.
And his was 5,000 copies for this amount of money, which would run us a total of $5,000.
Yeah, we'd ask for different quantities, if we should
Right.
print more. I don't know.
depends how much you want to.
You want me to break it down with him? I'm happy to do that. Or I just want to go with this here. That's,
We want the question answered, right? So first one being, what was the difference? Is this exactly apples to apples? Just $1,400 more, get it, whatever cost rise? Or is that, did he check into a higher quality paper, which is what Lindsay had asked the last meeting, and is that in this new price? And then maybe how much it is per, so that we
What
could,
exactly we're getting.
right, and so then can we decide if we want more or less based on some actual,
so did you check in a different paper? Is this going to be the exact same type of paper we have currently?
Yep, number of pages.
The number of pages will stay the same.
Okay.
None of that's changed.
Well, ours, but the actual visitor guide,
Oh,
Well, like you said, for EDA.
does that
I think that depends
change the
on,
price? What if we don't get as many advertisers?
Right.
Are we still paying this amount of money for 5,000 copies if it's only a 36-page booklet instead of a 40-page booklet? I don't know.
Our price,
for these pages would be the same.
Correct.
Correct. So as far as the EDA, that's what we'd have to worry about.
so were you looking at a lower quality paper? That's what it says in your minutes.
Yeah, just
Right.
looking at those minutes
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like we had this all just.
I had suggested getting a price on a lower quality.
Because that's what
The majority kind of thought, well, we like the quality that
Got
it
it.
was, but if there is a,
significant savings.
Right, the outer paper, keep that higher quality and
Yes.
see what, just the inner
Inside.
pages being
Got
something different, how much of a difference that would make.
When is his deadline? Then he has to know for sure.
well, we're looking at getting the books done in February, or in October. So I told him I'd talk to him tomorrow morning.
But obviously, push back to the next meeting to get all the answers.
Well, we can respond by email too, if need be, can't we?
Sure.
If we need to move faster. And I don't,
What he said is that he could honor the same price for 5,000 books for 4,400. So I think that's where we were like, okay, so how can we? So now it's $1,400 more, right?
for the entire book. Yeah, so we either help compensate for some of that, or it all gets put on the hands of the advertisers.
Which is
and
you anyways,
businesses.
right? And I think I'm okay with, the difference, but I think it's helpful to have a little more information.
And we just came up with 600 because it rounded up, the number from 4,400 to 500, or excuse me, 4,400 to 5,000.
Right.
But how about this? I'll ask him the questions and then I can respond to everybody here with an email, if that's all right.
Mhm.
And then can we make a vote over email on this?
I mean, is it unreasonable to vote to move ahead with the, up to a specific amount, knowing I think we want to move forward with the book. We just are kind of curious on some of the details. Like if the fine lines can be evened out later, I don't know.
So we could ask this question. We could vote and then I could ask the questions, not let him know the results of the vote, ask him the questions tomorrow and see what he says.
Yeah, like I said, I'm probably being a little bit nitpicky, but it's like,
No, that's okay.
goodness, Pete, we just asked for a quick little detail of what we're actually getting and investing in. We liked the product, but I don't know.
I'll make a motion that we or contingently approve $5,000 with the same quality as the previous printing.
Quality, can we strike that part?
Well,
We
at
just have it
least-
up to 5,000?
For at least the same quality as this previous one. So it at least has to be that quality or better for. You can amend that.
I'm willing to go along with that, I guess. And then, the only thing I would add is subject to any negotiations Kurt can do if there's something dramatically different that would help to keep the cost down. And
Is it's the $5,000 motion for 5,000 copies? Is that the number is that what we
Yes.
want for sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes.
No, and that's fine. I just know we had talked
Yep.
upping it, changing
Yep,
it.
5,500, yep, I agree, but no, in order to keep things moving forward, I think. And then we may have a lot more discussion once we get information back.
Sure. Okay, is there a second to Brian's motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's passed. Did you get all of that? We're good. Okay, new business, Timberwolves advertisement.
Good look at it, some old attachment there.
Do you have one?
Alper,
Senior account executive for professional sports publications contacted Brian Rudum on a possible advertisement in the Minnesota Timberwolves in Stadium Magazine. It's a souvenir team yearbook that will be available inside Target Center for home games throughout the season. In addition, the yearbook will be available as a digital version on the Timberwolves official website for the year. A half-page advertisement, originally $7,500. Zach is offering it to the city of Zumbrota for $4,000. And with that, there would be 4 lower level tickets. If the EDA is interested, and this is a possibility, we'll move forward. If not, shut her down. $4,000.
In their thing every game?
Correct. It's in the stadium.
I think that only gets printed once, right?
That's
The yearbook.
Digital version. The good thing is it's part of Timberwolves. Timberwolves are upcoming, obviously. Even people like Miranda became Timberwolves fans this spring.
She's on the train.
Huge fan.
Okay, who's your latest trade? Come on. Who do we lose, Miranda?
He's a redhead, I know that.
DiVincenzo.
Gobert?
Numbers to 0.
So the good thing is, it gives the city of Rhoda, we'd be out there. But then again, Brian and I spoke about this. Who looks at this? You're looking through the book, oh, Zimbrota. I would like to go visit there. That's what our thought is. I mean, it's cool. You'll get 4 tickets. You could, like I said, we could use those tickets. We could wrap them off at the pool, do something with that as a
You get
fundraiser.
4 tickets to every game, or you get 4 tickets to one game?
I think it's 4 tickets total, one game.
One game.
So it'd be like a family outing.
I guess it doesn't really excite me that much, to be honest, but maybe I'm missing a marketing tool.
Just think, we're just getting done with a billboard where we don't know what our,
What return on investment is
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
You guys going to some Timberwolves games this year? Maybe you could check them out and see,
If
maybe,
we can afford them.
But if they're anything like the Vikings ones, they're cool. I mean, they're good quality.
is that the one that you have to pay for?
Big.
I would assume you're buying this
Yeah.
book if you're under the,
Not if you go on the tour.
not if you what?
Not if you go on the tour.
Well, then you're buying the tour in
Actually,
turn,
maybe
you're
not if you
buying
get
the book.
You can get the 4
Actually,
seats.
we stay on the tour, we got it free from the store in the stadium. Like, they have
Nice.
it up front, so.
Oh,
So this is for this year,
Yes,
and this gets printed when? Like in the next couple weeks?
yes.
like, probably really soon.
as soon as they know what
I
the
was gonna say,
roster
It's
is.
going.
I thought,
They call it last. Actually, 2 weeks.
Isn't their first home game next week?
So obviously, it won't be one yearbook that they'll print out and leave it there throughout the year. They'll
So they do it.
print it, they'll take it back, they'll print new ones. Yeah.
Oh, there it says, it's free. It's a souvenir publication.
do we have an advertisement for Zimbrota ready to go?
We can make one pretty quick. We could use kind of like the billboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I think, I don't know how it would help the city of Zimbrota. That'd be cool, don't get me wrong, it'd be terrible, but that's mine.
I think I'd rather spend $4,000 in hiring a marketing consultant to see if we're spending our money wisely or not. Because we're dabbling in stuff we don't know anything about. And I don't know. I hate to spend this much time on this kind of stuff, personally.
But it is tourism, which that's the whole point, right? of
Yeah.
This, to draw people in. That would be my question. Maybe, but can we keep this on the desk for next year? Like maybe it's something that we want to see, like if you guys are going to a game or if you have one, Miranda, see what that looks like. I would my thought is if we're going to put something in an advertisement like this, I would like a much more professional one created than what the billboard was, then.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Get somebody involved who's a professional to help us with this stuff.
Right,
because
just to create what that,
Really have an
we had,
impact.
this whole thing took us forever to get used to that, but I think if we're gonna step up and go into more this type of distribution, I think we need to look a little more professional in the draw. Something that's exciting, bring them to some Rhoda for all the, oh, no, there isn't food to eat here. How about just the bridge?
This is amazing. Looking at your audience profile,
That's
that's a
fun.
lot of money.
How do we get that for all? Come to some-
Right? That's what we need.
You see that you get the full season package for $40,000? $39,500.
That's for the 4 tickets for the season.
Well, it's to put everything, customize your, to be in every, to be a part of everything. Trips to selected sporting events, hospitality, tailgate parties, tickets to games, season tickets, much more.
How many games? They have a lot of games.
About 80 games a year, I believe. I think 40 are going to be at home. So,
It puts us up here like where US Bank is. I think that we have to be better prepared for
say no
ventures
interest
like
in the
this.
EDA at this time.
Do we have to make that a motion or do we just set it aside for maybe another year?
Set her aside.
That is all done. And then the last that we have on new business is advertisement of RLF.
Yeah, I talked to Brian a little bit before you guys got here. And since I've been in EDA, I got maybe 2 emails about small business loans. Everybody wants a business grant, obviously, but Kim has notified me several times. And I put the balance of our revolving loan fund we have, and then our EDA revolving loan account. And we've got money to give to the community in the form of loans. So I think what I'm going to do is start a little advertising campaign, put out there, interested in loans, just kind of keeping you guys in the loop. If you know of any businesses that need such things as small business loans or gap financing for remodeling, put new windows on their business, anything like that. I realize we're still close to COVID, and it seemed like grants were far more available at that time. So people still might have that in their mind.
Do you have the guidelines as far as like what our interest rates are? Because that's going to be the first thing, because interest rates are high right now.
I brought copies of that. It's the EDA revolving loan fund, and it's 5 pages long. And obviously, it's very important, it's 6 pages long, to know all the information of the business that we would loan to. But yeah, I've got copies of that. We could offer, some business loans with a much lower interest rate than the current rates are at banks, and just trying to get people on board to advertise this money to get it out in the community. And then
Do we have a list, like a brief list of guidelines? Because I think that we as Countryside tried to apply for that, but we didn't qualify
Okay.
based off of one of the qualifications or something.
I would like to make this list much smaller
Yes.
and easier to understand. Because myself as a non-finance person, I look at that, it's very overwhelming. And I believe the original loans were like for $15,000 was the extent of it. And for a business, that's not going to get you much, but you can get more as long as the EDA approves that.
When was the last time that was updated?
That was 2022, but
Okay.
yeah, it hasn't been updated for a while.
Is that on the city's website?
That's exactly what I was going to ask right there. The question.
I don't think so. And it will be from now on, it's part of the advertising.
Piggyback on that, if you could do some sort of like Q&A summary.
Frequently asked questions?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
something like
FAQs.
that. That would cut to the chase on what the qualifications, the main qualifications would be. Like
Yeah,
you
I'd
say,
have that on
then you
the,
would condense that down.
yep.
Okay.
And I'd have that on the webpage
But still
before I
have it a link
put it
to
anywhere else.
that full document.
It is impressive, the size of this document. And when I got here, it was Tranquility Barn was asking for a loan from EDA, but then they end up going their own route. And they had everything laid out and turned in, was ready for trying to get approval. Yeah, it was an impressive amount of information. So that'll be one of our next things with EDA here is kind of, like you said, streamlining this a little bit and making it more accessible for the public to see. And I'll start with our website.
Are the amount guidelines set by the EDA? I mean, so we said $15,000.
Last time we discussed this, we talked about not necessarily having a limit.
It was
because
dependent on the,
the deal we were talking about at that time was the restaurant that was
Mhm.
gonna go, and we were talking at 30,000
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
that
right.
one, so.
Yep.
So I think that's one of the things we probably need to revise is just take the limit off of there, and keeping in mind that we don't
we only
wanna
have
give
so
it all
much.
to one person, but we don't want to limit it
Well,
to
if it's a
that.
restaurant,
They don't know
it's
how
open
much
at
is in
night.
there either,
Exactly.
so.
Yeah, so that's more of an information for you guys.
I really don't like to torture myself, but I'd like to take a look at that document.
I have two more copies.
Time reading, do you?
Two more copies if anybody would like.
Nope,
Come on.
good.
I'll take one.
I'll get two.
It should be fairly simple if people want to.
And if you see anything in there, Bob or Brian, that you're like, what, please
Yeah.
let me know.
Okay.
We have not had any. I don't think we've had any since we had Rochester tax.
Since when?
When's the last small business loan that we approved? The,
people in town
like-
recently.
Well,
right?
I
Or
think,
like maybe the vet. but that was
yeah,
a
yeah,
TIF
I was just
district,
gonna say
maybe.
those.
Clinic,
the
Star
vet clinic
Wash
and-
has one.
Yeah,
I think Main
How long is
Street-
Star Watch? About 6, 7, 8 years. So,
In a while.
been a while, so.
Yeah.
probably been
Good
at
point.
least 5 years.
Mhm.
So I get this
So
out. in the
good topic.
public. People can use it.
Did we ever beef up this fund at all with more money or?
Yeah, Kim's got it. It's on, you can see it on here too. There's,
I don't think we can get more money until we spend money that's in there. And then we can get more dollars, and then
Yeah.
we'll get more, obviously, because people will pay their loans back.
Right.
You gotta spend the money to get the
revolving
money.
loan comes through deed, so that's something that's going to be a little interesting to, it's not as easy to deal with as our own EDA revolving loan. Cross that bridge when we come to it.
You're gonna heighten the awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to reports, update on Keller Bartman Apartments.
Keller Bartman Apartments, the only update we have is that Keller Bartman did get their grant, they were awarded their grant, and that's the extent of what we know. We've, haven't heard anything from Keller Bartman, there hasn't been a press release or anything, everybody, but they did get the grant that CETA worked on them with. And that's more than we know last time. So,
Somebody, was it Brian, was at the Zeba meeting and mentioned that they got the parking issue resolved? What do you,
with the new possible
apartment?
apartment, I don't know.
What's the parking issue?
For the whole.
Basically,
The city lot,
yeah,
Who is?
Keller Bartman would be claiming the public lot as their parking,
Oh, yeah. Are you familiar with Keller Bartman?
Yeah, but
Okay.
which is a point of contention, especially for the businesses who own properties on Main Street. A lot of them use that city lot either for their tenants or for their employees to park in during the day.
so Keller Bartman would use the same one for
That's what they have counted in their allotment for their,
a number of apartments.
yes,
Got it.
to get to their 1.5 parking spots per
Unit.
tenant or unit,
Sure.
yes.
Cool. Well, there's parking lot across the street.
Cut
another one
across,
the street. Down the street.
And it's a lot that is used for overflow in during snow and I don't know. So.
Yep.
I see that Greenstead is moving.
Oh, yeah.
Are they,
Is moving to where Chubby Chic is. Chubby Chic is not leaving. They're moving to the back of the business. So I believe they will be where the gaming place used to be. You'll use that side entrance. Yeah, they're moving down. They're gonna set up their operation in there. They're gonna have a little cafe in there with coffee and sandwiches. Yeah, yeah, and it'll be very good
That makes
exposure.
sense, but they're closing what's out there.
Yeah, that's one of the, financially, it was tough for them out there, and so. But it should be,
Cool.
yeah, should be pretty good for them. No, I think they're getting out micro greens. I thought they were keeping them.
Red on there.
Yeah, I think they're out. They lost a big contract.
Another question, are you getting plaques made for, does the Dwell Local new division, the men's,
Are those?
yes, does that get a plaque?
Yeah.
And then Ansley, you said is moved out. Does her business get a plaque? Is she technically a new business?
She will be a new business. I don't know that she's operational yet.
Okay.
Ansley's setting up the Zumbrota. It's the Zumbrota shoe repair and leather work operation.
Be Located?
What's that?
Where will that be located?
It's gonna be located in, Jared Post's building. He bought the old DHIA building. She's got the back garage area.
Cool.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, she'll get it.
good.
I usually do them in the, like, we do them every year. Sometimes it's been too late, but, so it would be green, would the green stick get one? No.
Yeah, so those two businesses, right? Ainsley,
Ansley,
Ansley,
Ansley. Yeah.
and what do we say the other one?
Marlowe's?
I don't know if there are any more, but just trying to think about.
No, not until the Mexican place opens up.
Right, they're getting a inspection on Monday morning.
Will they have margaritas?
No.
They won't have a liquor license, will they?
Can't,
They, like, they can. There's,
they can, but the building owner won't allow.
Oh, that's
but he goes into
right.
their building in Rochester and I don't get it. It's weird.
So,
There's no limit on.
yeah, they're getting an
number of-
inspection for grease trap, and then when he's there, one of the issues with that building is they have a cooking hood. The hood's fine, and the roof cap is fine, it's the connecting the two.
Oh.
So Cade is our inspector, he's gonna look at that as well.
Hopefully, cross your fingers.
Anything else with Zumbrota or vet clinic?
I got a call from an architecture firm for land, Webster land, as you come in on 58, as you're coming in town, to be on the right-hand side, for the vet clinic, I'm inquiring about that. So,
Manus Oils, yeah.
Oh,
It's
that
on-
side.
right on
Right,
58.
right on 58.
Be a great visibility.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
So-
nice because they're large animals.
Yeah.
See that? In
starting,
and out it.
hopefully starting to process that.
Cool.
And I don't think I have any other information.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we can adjourn.
Thank you.